I'll tell you what the differences are. A lot of the things that make us really great in that are things that the clients don't necessarily care about as much. But clients care about it is they want to know they have a good person, that everything's taken care of. How you do it, the whatever is, it's like they only really start to buy into that once they've had the experience for themselves. But I would definitely say that the uh, the key differentiators I think are speed, speed to interviewing candidates, quality and selection process. A lot of that has to do with our technology, cost friendliness. I think that because we've automated a lot of different things and we have a lower overhead internally, we're able to keep our costs down. And I would say comprehensiveness when it comes to everything you can possibly imagine being taken care of when it comes to not only protecting the employer, but also making sure the employee is taken care of as well. You need a happy employee when it comes to the employee wellness check-ins, when it comes to, we provide platforms to our employees as well as to the clients where people can log tickets and update us on different things. And I would say that balance whereby they're your employee, but we're still here as like a helpful arm for all of your HR.
Now, walk us through how TalentSam like simplifies the hiring and the management process for remote teams.
Sure. The first thing we do is we have people sign a master services agreement so they can understand from the very beginning what all of our responsibilities are to them and to the employee, what the employee's responsibilities are to us and to the client, what the client's responsibilities are to us and the employee. There's no daylight. Everyone understands what's going on. So that means that no matter if you hire one person through us or 50 people with us, there's one contract, it's signed, everything's fine. So once you sign that agreement and you either send us a job description or we prepare job descriptions for you, we have a kickoff call where we basically we have a recruitment team join, and we basically ask all the different types of important questions that you probably forgot to answer in your job description. Company culture, certain kinds of preferences, the different kinds of softwares, what's a must, what's not a must. And we also try to set your expectations properly on the cost structure. We very much always want to be in a position where we underpromise and overdeliver. So we always recommend a max budget we can work within, because when people are applying to jobs with us, we like to give them what they're asking for. We like to give the candidates what they're asking for because we want people to stick around and be a good long-term fit. Like when you tell candidates, listen, you should be comfortable with the salary you're asking for the next year and a half to 2 years before there's an increase. You should be comfortable with this. You should be happy with this. And sometimes they'll come back and say, actually, you're right. I want this amount instead of that amount. Okay. If it's out of budget, that's one thing. We can always ask the client. And so then when we're off to the races, we are basically able to source out of 1 million candidates. We have 1 million people that have applied for roles with TalentSam in South Africa. And our sourcing engine allows us to build like a hot list of a couple dozen candidates, usually very quickly, within minutes. Then what our sourcing team does is they're going to go and call those people and then do a multi-step process to really vet them properly so that within 1 week to 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks, and depending on the role, we have got 3 to 6 amazing pre-qualified candidates for you to speak with, where you know the total cost structure, you have their CV, you know everything about them. You get like a little video of them beforehand so you can get an idea as to how they speak, how they interact, all those different things. And then when you want to bring someone on, you say, okay, great. John, you got the job. You got the job, John. When that's done, we basically get paid a 1 month refundable security deposit. If everything's been paid up at the time of termination of a relationship, we give that back. And if it hasn't been, then we keep it or part of it. And then we make the offer of employment. We make sure that the employees have undergone a complete onboarding process. They get their computer, they understand the TalentSam culture, access to different logins, they get an email address from the employer, and then they become a full-time employee on the time zones. It depends on what the flexibility is of the client, but like usually on the client's time zone. And then we're keeping track behind the scenes through our platform of vacation days, sick days, anything to note. And our employee wellness manager is able to note all these different things and really check in with all of the employees on a week or twice weekly basis, how are things going, whatever, and try to also surface any type of potential issue before things come up. If something doesn't work out with an employee, we very much we think it's better for everyone just to hire at the right pace and then terminate fast if things aren't working. We don't believe in giving people like multiple chances in case there's been something ethically that is not acceptable. So we very much encourage employers that if something is not going to work, let's cut it fast. Let's like replace within the first like month or 2 months. We can give the person termination. There's very generous termination clauses, and then we can replace them with someone who is a good fit. Because one of the We don't have a bench of people that are like, we kind of farm out to you. It's, okay, here, Jake, here's your SDR. They've gone through 10 others that didn't work out. So now we'll give them to you. We're not doing that. We're going off and doing a custom process, And so when you have a process like that's easy, predictable in terms of the cost structure, a good relationship, then this is our business models. Why would you do anything else?